So what I'm gonna do right about now, guys, I'm going to uh, basically run a quick video. It's more like a mindset setup for you to understand the mindset that you need to have as a trader. All right, so let me get that up and going. Boom. All right, so let's go.
Today, I'm breaking down the 9 most powerful trading psychology.
Uh, just to confirm, are you guys hearing this, right? Are you guys hearing the video? If you guys are hearing the video, you could confirm by saying yes or no. All right, so I see yes.
Today, I'm breaking down the 9 most powerful trading psychology lessons that I've learned from journaling over 1,000 pages of trades in my 9-year trading journey. These are the exact mindset shifts that took me from being legally bankrupt at just 20 years old to making over $3 million trading with proof. If you're struggling with the mental side of trading, this video might be the most important 9 minutes of your trading career. Let's get into it. Now, the first and most important lesson when I started with my first $5,000 account, I was obsessed with daily results. I'd go from 5K to 7K, back to 5K in this constant ripsaw pattern, letting each day's outcome affect my mental. But trading isn't about winning, not about winning every day, every week, or even every month. It's about winning in the long term. I've had months where I barely took a profitable trade, followed by months where I made over $100,000, with my biggest trading day being $89,000 with proof. And it came right after a series of losses that had me questioning everything. When you zoom out, you understand that one loss, or even a string of losses, means nothing if your system works over time. Never base your trading decisions on a trade-by-trade basis. That's when emotions take over and you start forcing trades that aren't there. Trading is a marathon, not a sprint. You win it mile by mile, brick by brick, day by day. Now, lesson 2 is to eliminate all expectations from your trading. I used to set daily goals, $500, $1,000, even $2,000 a day. And that forced me to take trades even when they weren't there. I thought that I needed 3 to 5 trades a day. I thought that I had to trade every day to be a real trader. Now I know better. Some days there are 0 good setups, and that's perfectly fine. The same goes for when you're in a trade. If you expect it to win and it loses, that pain leads to revenge trading. I learned this the hard way with that bowling trade that not only cost me $12,000, but left a hole in my wall when I didn't have $12,000 to lose. The best mindset is to expect nothing. That way, when you lose, you're emotionally prepared. And when you win, it feels even better and you know you followed your plan. This is why I still drive my humble Honda some days. It keeps me grounded and reminds me where I came from, preventing that deadly overconfidence. The third lesson that changed everything: stop thinking about the money and start thinking about what you can learn from each trade. When I was just 20 years old and bankrupt, all I could think about was money. I was completely focused on making my first million. But the irony here is I only started making consistent money when I stopped focusing on the dollar amount. Every loss is a lesson. We don't take losses here, we take lessons. Every win is a lesson too. Focus on taking that 1% improvement from each trade. This is why I'm such a huge advocate for journaling. Those 1,000+ pages of notes weren't about how much money I made or lost. They were about what I learned and keeping myself accountable for my actions and what the data backs. The money is just a scoreboard. It's not the game itself. The game is about executing your system perfectly, regardless of the outcome. Now, lesson 4 is trade with your A game only. Never trade unless you're mentally and physically at your best. I do a full mental scan every morning before the trading day. How did I sleep? Am I focused? Am I anxious about anything? Do I have any other pressing or important events today? If I score too high on anxiety or too low in focus, I simply don't trade that day or trade very light. And guess what? Those are usually the days where I would have lost a lot of money. I know I did in the past. This is why I'm so disciplined with my morning routine. I'm up at 5:30 a.m. latest every single day, hydrating, exercising, and getting my mind right before the markets open. Some days I'll fast for 16 to 20 hours because a hungry dog fights harder. One of my favorite phrases. Your physical state directly impacts your trading performance. If you're tired, stressed, or distracted, your decision making will suffer. Being disciplined with your body directly correlates with building discipline in your trading. It's all connected. And with that said, the 5th lesson is that pickiness equals profits, which directly correlates to discipline. When I started, I traded everything: penny stocks, breakouts, blue chips, momentum plays, thinking more trades meant more money. Now I only trade a handful of tickers, mainly SPY and QQQ for options, or NQ and ES for futures, and Tesla. I've learned their personalities like the back of my hand, how they move, and I've built confidence in trading them. I used to watch 100 stocks. Now I watch maybe 3 to 5. I'd rather miss 100 mediocre setups than one perfect setup. Trading is like fishing. You don't cast your line and then immediately reel it back because no fish are biting. You sit patiently and wait for the big, obvious setup. When it's clear, and you attack. This pickiness dramatically reduced my losses and increased my win rate. If I don't have at least 2 strong confirmations on a setup, I simply don't take it. And that directly correlates with lesson 6. Protect your capital at all costs. This is something I learned the hard way. Capital preservation is our #1 job as a trader. We aren't actually traders, we're risk managers. The best traders aren't the ones who make the most money on winning trades. They're the ones who lose the least on losing trades. In 2023, I was up $930,000 in November. I got overconfident, taking bigger risks, wanted to shoot for that $1 million year mark, which would have been my biggest ever, and ended that year at just over $842,000. Still a great year, but I gave back nearly $90,000 because I forgot this fundamental rule. Your #1 job as a trader isn't to make money, it's to not lose money. The making money part comes naturally when you focus on not losing and keeping your losers managed. I say this all the time. Small losses, big wins. If I look at someone's trading journal, I don't care about their wins. I don't look at my students' wins. Show me your losses and I'll tell you if you're gonna make it as a profitable trader. This is why hard stops and risk management are not negotiable, especially in this current market. They're what keep you in the game long enough to win. Now, lesson 7, stop fighting the trend. For years, I loved trading puts. I still love trading puts in the downside. Stairs up, elevator down, right? Gravity's on your side. But I've learned that fighting the trend is one of the quickest ways to blow up your account. The market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. If the trend is up, look for longs. If it's down, look for shorts. Don't try to call tops and bottoms or catch reversals without a clear sign of reversal and clear risk management. This ties into another critical point. The adaptable survive, not the strong. Markets change. What worked in 2021 didn't work in 2022. What works now might not work next year. My best trading years came when I stopped being stubborn about my strategies and started adapting to what the market was giving me. I focus on price, I focus on risk, and I let the rest work itself out. Now, lesson 8, if you miss a trade, it's completely fine. Trades are like buses. Miss one, there will always be another one coming. FOMO, fear of missing out, is one of the biggest account killers, if not the biggest. I used to force myself back into the market after missing a good setup. Kick myself. And it almost always led to a loss. Now, if I miss a trade, I just say, I'm done for the day. Take a break, journal, come back stronger tomorrow, and wait for the next A+ setup. The market will always be there tomorrow, next week, next month, but you won't have the ability to catch those setups if you blow your account or blow your trading psychology. You have to find the ability and develop the ability to stay disciplined and patient. This is a crucial mindset shift. Accepting missed opportunities without beating yourself up or trying to chase them is a mark of trading maturity. And that leads me to lesson 9. Accountability is everything, guys. The final lesson that tied everything together is hold yourself accountable. Discipline over dopamine. If you lose on a trade, don't blame the market, other traders, or some guru. Look in the mirror. When I started holding myself accountable, really being honest about my mistakes and my weaknesses, my trading transformed. This is why I tell my students to journal every single trade. Not just what happened, but why it happened. I still remember the day that this clicked for me. I kept promising myself to follow the rules and stop breaking my promises. One day, I decided that I was done breaking my promises to myself in my trading and in my day-to-day life. I got a notebook, not my phone, a physical notebook, and wrote down exactly what I would and wouldn't do in my trading. That changed everything. And there's power in accountability partners too. Find someone who will call you out when you're slipping, when you're not doing the right thing. Because sometimes it's easy for us to look in the mirror and tell ourselves a lie, but when you have an accountability partner that truly wants the best for you, they're gonna call you out when you're not on your A game. I can honestly say, these 9 lessons from my 9 years of trading completely changed my life. They took me from being flat broke to having freedom to trade from anywhere, help my family, the most important part, and build something that I'm proud of.
Absolutely amazing. Let me see. Did you guys grab anything from all that gentleman said just now? Did you guys grab anything? Yes or no? Did you guys grab anything? Let me give you the story of that video, right? That video was actually sent to me by a student. Someone who has been trading probably like about probably 2 years or so. They actually sent me that video like about 6 weeks ago. And the funny thing is that video is really, really powerful. I believe it really gives the right frame of mind when it comes to trading. All right, so that's why it is I tend to run it, so at least you guys could get some value from that as well. But welcome everyone, welcome to the call. Hope you guys are doing super fine. All right, the first question I want to ask is this: if you are a guest and you're on the call, I want you to type a G for guest, right? And if you are a new person, let's just say this is your first month, I want you to type 1. If it's not your first month, it is second month, you could type 2. All right, this is so that I'll know exactly how to gear myself up as to how it is the class should really go, right? So if you're a guest, you can actually type 2. I'm seeing, if you're a guest, you can type G. If it's your first month, you can type 1. If it's a second month, you can type 2. All right. So I see Monique 2. I see we have a guest on. Great. So I'll have to give this a slightly different structure as we have a guest on. All right. So Robin, welcome. All right. I'm seeing Josanne. All right. Now this call is going to be highly interactive, guys. The more you interact is the more value, not just you're gonna get for yourself, but others are gonna get value even from your questioning, even from your interacting, right? I'm also going to make the mics available. Right, I'm just gonna give you guys the ability to unmute, so you guys can even unmute and interact with me. This is a more interactive call. The real reason why it is I started this call was really to show persons how to place trades. That was my number one thought process, how I could actually help persons, to start pulling the trigger on their trades. And it has basically progressed into what it is now. My coach has basically given me the ability to speak to the wider audience. So I tend to keep things now a little more, general instead of just my team, because, sometimes we could develop a my team mentality, but really and truly, we are all one team at the end of the day, right? So again, welcome to all the guests. Welcome to all the persons who are new. I'm seeing some ones, I'm seeing a G. So basically, for the person who's if you're a guest, you may be a little lost. Unless you have a little understanding of trading already, you may be a little lost. But let me show you how our system basically is, so at least you'll have a kind of bare bones approach to it. So first and foremost, we have if you're a guest, one of the things you want to see is the platform. You want to understand how the platform works, right? Now, how our platform works. Our platform is basically geared towards person having results in different spaces, right? So you can have results with trading, you can have results with our products and services. We're about to expand our health and beauty line, and which is going to be expanded pretty soon. We're about to bring a lot of stuff on. We're just like about a month and a half away from a lot of these things basically dropping, right? Tomorrow at 1 p.m. and at 7 p.m. you can see a full overview of the company. Right, and this is geared towards the guests that are on the call. You want to really see exactly how our business is basically structured. What I'm mainly focused on tonight is mainly trading, so I'm just going to give you some of the products and services that you will have access to when it comes to trading on this platform. This thing is blocking me here. Right, get you out of the way. Boom. All right, so let's just say you got started to learn with our financial products and services. First and foremost, we are not a financial advisor. We can't tell you what to do with your money. We're not going to, try to point you in any direction. But what we're going to do is going to give you really powerful information so you can make an informed decision, right? So we have an academy. The academy is stacked with videos, over 1,500 videos. So it's really, really stacked. What I love about the academy is it's designed for persons who are let's just say you learn things, but you can't like watch no 10-hour video. So our videos are like 1 minute, 45 seconds, some cases like 5 minutes. So it's really short, and it's designed for you to watch it and rewatch it and rewatch it so you can actually get the information, right? So that's how our academy is structured. It's in video format. We have live classes to back that up, so you can actually hop on some of our live classes on what you're learning in the academy. Let's just say you just got started. You're probably learning what is trend, right? You're trying to figure out what is a trend. You can actually hop on the live class, and the actual live educator is going to give you an idea, as to what is a trend, or whatever specific trading questions that you may have. You can actually hop on the live classes. They actually give you trade ideas. They give you some powerful insights so you could have success. As I was explaining, our health is basically going to expand pretty soon. We also have money flow. This is a debt elimination and bill negotiation solution, and which is going to help you how to, back yourself out of that corner you may be in. We have money flow, powerful debt elimination. We have trading tools, right? So our trading tools are basically our trading calendar. We have a trading journal, right? Also, you're going to learn technical analysis, so you'll be able to actually not just, just trade from just, trending or whatever. You can actually even follow the news. You can follow certain things, so you could really get some powerful setups, right? We have alerts. What I really love about the alerts is we have 2 alert systems in place right now. You can actually get the fish for yourself, or a fish can be given to you. So that's how the alert's going to come. So we have scanners. These scanners are designed for you to actually go into the market for yourself. The scanner is going to present a trade idea based on doing its own analysis, right? And we can't outscan the scanners, because the scanners, they work 24 hours a day. They don't get paid. They just work, right? So they're going to give you trade ideas. I have individuals who actually use the scanner more in the night, because in the day they're super busy. So in the night, they actually go and take trade ideas from the scanner. I'm going to show you a little demonstration of that pretty soon. Also, what is really powerful, we actually get trade ideas on Telegram, and you have the ability to just follow these educators who post their, what they're doing on Telegram, and you can actually follow, right? We're talking about persons who've been trading 5 years, if in some case 10 years, they're actually giving you trade ideas, right? You have the ability to choose how you want to travel, how you want to save on travel, where you want to go, right? So we have a travel platform as well. I'm really fired up about our travel platform. I'm down to the end, and I'm actually give you guys a quick sneak peek. I'm really fired up about the travel platform. When I see the savings, it's insane, right? We have something called C-Force. C-Force is designed to beat buy and hold. Now you could buy a stock. I think that's might be the best way for me to explain it, but it's more geared towards crypto. But you could buy a stock, and let's just say you buy a stock you're expecting to go up in value. And in most cases, the only way that you make money with stocks is by its increase in value. But what I love about crypto is you can buy Bitcoin as well, and you could hold it just like a stock. But the nice thing about C-Force is, let's just say you have some cryptocurrency, not just Bitcoin, but you have different projects. You can actually connect it to C-Force, and C-Force, it's going to beat buy and hold, because it has the ability to grow more exponentially than just holding Bitcoin and hoping Bitcoin go from where it is right now, around 70,000 to the moon. All right, so this actually takes trade positions on your behalf, and it actually can grow your account. I think it's really, really amazing, right? And if you're a pro member, you have access to everything that our platform has to offer. So let's just say in the case of travel, when you get started the pro level, you actually get a trip to go basically to 50 global destinations immediately. So you get started there, you can actually get that trip. I heard my coach said last night, it's anywhere between $500 to $700 that US dollars that trip is actually worth. You actually get that immediately as long as you get started at the pro package, right? Now, when you stay on the platform for a year, you stay on the platform, you're loving our products and services over the course of a year, you get another trip. And the other thing I've noticed on the trip is that I was actually planning to take my wife on a cruise, let's just say probably early next year, only to realize that I didn't need to wait for 2 trips, right? The trip that you get, you can actually carry someone. So it's basically a trip for 2 persons, right? So that's just to give you guys a quick overview where that is concerned, all right? Now, The information that you're going to see tomorrow at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m., it's more visual. So you really want to show up. You want to be early. You want to have something to take some notes. It's visual. If you're bringing someone along, you've piqued someone's interest and you said, hey, I've seen an amazing platform. Persons are, having results. They may want you to explain all the information to them. But one of the easiest way to get them off your back is to say, hey, it's 90% visual, because it is. Right? So you can actually hop on and you can actually see that, right? So as I was explaining, we have overview at 1 p.m. and at 7 p.m. Just to give you guys a reminder, right? We have 5 steps to success for the individuals who basically get started. There's a way for you to start having results on our platform. There are a couple of educators that I could suggest that you guys follow. This is one of the main ones for me right now. This gentleman, he basically trades gold. He also sends out trade ideas. He is very accurate, very precise. In the last 8 years since I've been here, I've seen many traders. I've not seen anyone as transparent and as thorough as this gentleman. He is really, really a different kind of a beast, right? I see correction 1. All right, great. Right now, if you have placed trades this week, this is for the persons who were probably on my session last week. If you have placed trades this week, I want you to type, put 999 in the chat. All the persons who placed trade. Now listen, if you spent a whole week and you have not placed one trade, at least just one trade, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. You want to get a hang of the thing. Right? And the fastest way to get a hang of the thing is you want to start actually practicing. They say practice makes perfect, but that's not true. Practice makes improvement. All right. So if you've placed a trade, 999, I see demo trader. Right? Now, guys, do not put demo and live in 2 different categories. That's another thing I've seen over the last couple of years. Persons would literally tell me, well, I did it in my demo account. It's the same setup. It's the same market. When you go live, it's the same thing. So you just placed a trade, right? It's the same exact thing. In some cases, the demo version, or I should say the training wheels, tend to be different from when you actually get real wheels. No, this is the same wheels. So the training wheels and the real wheels are the same exact wheels. It's just what you're earning. It come like if I say, hey, if you get up in the morning, you'll get ice cream or you will get cornflakes. You're not going to do a different getup. You're going to do the same getup. It's just a different outcome. All right. So I hope you guys have been practicing. I'm going to show you guys how to play some trades and stuff tonight. Now, for all the individuals who have questions, you can start asking your questions in the chat. All right. So we can also know where you're at and what type of help that you actually need, right? Now, since I've been in this space, one of the things that I had to do mentally is I had to wash my brain. Some persons say, well, when they come to this platform, you get brainwashed. Yes, we are going to wash your brain. Because person's connection with money is, well, I should say my connection, probably if I just use myself, it might actually work for everyone. My connection with money was like this. I got started because I wanted to make $50 a day. And 6 weeks in, I spent my first 14 hours going through the entire academy. I'm just telling you guys what I did. First 14 hours through the academy. That was my first mindset. I was going to blaze. And I knew I had to do it over and over. So in that space of time, I went through the academy about 3 times. In 14 hours, I went through it and I went through it and I went through it. Did I understand anything? No. I understand few things, and then I started going through some more, started going on some sessions, and I was, for lack of a better word, I was a little clouded for a while. And then I actually went to a physical event. Now, guys, when you have the ability to attend physical events, you should not miss them. My wife would tell you straight up, I am not too happy when I see persons not showing up to physical event. I'm just telling the truth. When I see persons not showing up to the physical events, I realize they're not serious. You see, at the physical event is where you actually get way more than being on a Zoom like this. On a Zoom like this, some persons right now, they're listening to me, but they're not showing up. 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 They're not They listen to the kids, listen to the spouse, listen to the TV, and they're distracted. When you come to the physical event, focus. You have one focus at the physical event. I would do this, then I would call someone and say, hey, what did I say about whatever? I wasn't watching, you won't believe. I was cooking, or I was cleaning, or I was doing something else. Because you're home. So when we have physical events, you want to attend the physical events. All right, so I hope you guys got that. Now, at the physical events, what's going to happen at the physical events is you will actually see persons who are having results as well. The results at the physical event is going to give you an incentive that, hey, this thing can actually work for me. Now, I used to be a person who didn't like to go to physical events. I used to be very introverted. Like, if you look up introverted in the dictionary, you'll probably see my name. I was introverted to the max. And I realized if you stay introverted, your goals and dreams are going to stay introverted. Yeah, somebody's going to disagree with me on somebody's going to disagree with me on that, but I'm telling you. Yeah. Who you are really shows up in everything that you do. If you're a procrastinator, it's going to show up in everything. If you're a person you like to put stuff off, you're going to put stuff off on everything. This is one of the things I had to realize, that who I am is going to show up in everything else. So I needed to be very particular and focus on the things that I was doing in my life that was had the potential to show up in everything else. I started to pay attention to it and change it. It wasn't easy. It took me a good while to knock out some of the bad habits. One of the bad habits I had was, I don't need to go to this meeting. I don't need to be on this call. I've learned enough already. Or somebody's telling me something and I probably, have a little knowledge. And while they're talking, I'm only saying, I know. They're saying, well, you could open MetaTrader. Yeah, I know. Before they finish, I keep cutting them off with, I know. But look at this. Even though you know the person who's teaching can actually say something else because you didn't cut them off with, I know, that now you actually learn something that you didn't know. But because you keep saying, I know, I know, I know, I know, you're not getting the rest of the information. Right? So we got that covered. Strong. Okay, great. So what it is I'm going to do now is I am going to go to the actual trading platform. Well, I should say our platform itself. So I'm going to go here. And when you get here, wow. I was hoping we could have probably caught this trade together. So as I just landed it, I was really hoping, but I said I don't think those guys are going to be ready. So I actually got in kind of early. I got in right about here. I got in for the buy. And it's taken off. And the reason why is gold closed on the weekend because the Forex equities market, except crypto, tend to close on the weekend. So when it closed here on Friday, let me get this out of the way. You could go on top. Let me just move something here. Yeah, you go on top there for now. All right, so I'm going to go back here. So it closed on Friday at 4, let's just say 4:55 p.m. You can literally see down at the bottom down here. Right, 4:55, the market closed on Friday and it opened back Sunday at 6 p.m. So there was a gap between here, and between that gap, we had this here. We had a space. Now what we know is that all gaps will be filled. So when I saw it, I was like, need to take advantage of that. Right? So I was going to go somewhere else, but I kind of segued there for a second. Right? We're going to come back to it shortly, but I'm already in a position here. And even the scanner is literally calling a buy on it, but the scanner is kind of late. But that's okay. The scanner is just confirming what I already realized. So we're going to go to the platform here now. So when you actually get started, you will have the ability to come to the platform like this. And when you come to the platform like this, let me see if I could hide this thing here. Boom. All right, I'll hide that later. I'm trying to hide my zoom bar that's showing up all over the screen. All right, when you come here, you can actually then look at the times and different persons. You could see it have different persons, different times. You could go and look at who you want. 2 persons I would suggest. I would suggest Delta Gold, and I will also suggest the this gentleman right here, in which is Mr. Tavis Headley. I would suggest those two persons for now. Another good gentleman is basically Abel Melendez. But again, as long as you have the platform, you could hop on different persons, a live session, and you can actually see what's going on, right? Now, over here, you can actually see trading tools. So it have real-time analysis, economic calendar, crypto calendar, the scanners. If you have access to the scanners, they're going to show up right there. And you have a trading journal. All that's going to be on that side. When you click on an individual, we have recordings. So let's just say you missed their recording. You can actually go back and take a look at their recording. Like let's just say this gentleman here. I just clicked on him and I can actually see his last recording was the 9th, in which was Thursday. I can literally click watch and then I could start looking at his recording right here. All right, I just jumped a little forward there, but it has not started playing as yet.
Action. And what it says is it basically says that the markets move in a series of 5s and 3s. So you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5.
Who here can count to 5? You guys know how to count to 5? Yes or no? You guys know how to count to 5? I think everybody should know how to count to 5, right? So I'm literally showing you how difficult this is. It's very, very difficult. Counting to 5. I don't know if you guys realize counting to 5 is difficult. Because some persons they literally say, well, you know, coming on the sessions, you know, it's difficult. No, it's not. It's really, if you really want to get the skill, you just show up to the skill. And he really simplifies stuff, just like how he's using the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's simplifying the way how the market moves, so you can actually develop a simple system. And here the funny thing, you can actually start off learning this, and then you can develop your own style. Yeah, that's it. That's the power of trading, right? It's not easy, but it is very simple. All right. And that's how you actually get the classes, or you can actually go back and watch the videos. The other thing is this. Now, what you want to do is you want to get TradingView. TradingView.com is designed for you to chart the market. All right, so that's what it's mainly designed for you to do. You have the ability to actually chart the market here. Now, charting the market means you're literally going to look at the market. And I look at the market from a top-down perspective. So when I get here, I would then look at the market from the daily. So I'll watch what the candles are doing on a daily basis. All right, now, everything that you're seeing on your screen here is basically a candle in this instance right now. Right, and what this candle is representing is 4 things. It's representing a high point. Let's just mark it out right here. A high point. It's representing a low point. It's representing an open point, and it's representing a close point. So every single candle does this. There's a point that the candle opened, a point that it closed, but the overall high within that day, because this is a 1-day candle, the high was, let's just say in this case here, was 4,725, and the low was what? The low was, let's just say, 4,642. Right? Now, look at how simple this could be if you really simplify. Let's just say you're looking at the market in days, and you said, hey, today was what day? Let's see what day this is showing up as here. This was Monday. So Monday, you realize you got a green candle, which means the market went up. All right? Tuesday, the market had a green candle, which means it went up. Wednesday, the market kind of came down. Why? Because there was a red candle. So basically, where it opened and where it closed, yeah, we got a red candle. But the very next candle was a greenish, tealish candle, and which shows the market went up. So your overall bias is, hey, this market could probably be going up. Right? Now, the very next day, the market came down. But at least on a long-term basis, you can even see it when you really catch a trend. Now, this is a trend, and you see it's literally trending down, so you're only getting red candles. So let's just say this was Wednesday, 11th of March. Let's just say that, right? So on the 11th, we got a red candle. On the 12th, we got a red candle. On the 13th, we got a red candle. Now, after 3 days, you could say, hey, I think I'm looking for sells in the market because it's looking like the market is going down. And in the market, literally did go down like a good couple of days. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days the market went down. Which means within that 9 days, you had the ability to basically take some sells in the market. Now, for the persons who probably might still be lost, We trade movement. We're not trading like something really changing in value that much. We really wanted to change in value, but we're trading more movement. So if you predict that the market is going to go down and you take a sell and the market does go down, you could make money. If you predict, hey, based on all the confirmations I'm seeing, the market looks like it's about to go up, and you take a buy, you can actually make money by the market going up. Now, buying and selling in the market is just a matter of speculation. It's just a matter of your bias. It's just a matter of confirmations. Now, let me debunk trading and gambling. You can turn trading into gambling if you're just closing your and press buy or sell. This is gambling. If you're just doing this is gambling. If you're over trading for the day, you're gambling. If you're a person, you're taking 40 trades in one day, you're gambling. Now, if you're taking 40 trades, but you have a system that's causing you to then take those trades, that's different. Let me explain what I mean. Now, you want to get certain confirmations to know exactly what you want to do. And I always like to measure this when it comes to rain. If you're seeing outside starting to look dark, you're starting to hear wind blowing, lightning is flashing, the rain flies start flying, you could then come out with your umbrella because it's a high probability it's probably going to rain based on the confirmations. Here was the difference with gambling. There's no confirmations. It's either heads or tails. There's nothing to really analyze. All the analyzation is heads or tails. That's it. You flip it up, heads, tails. That's gambling because it's literally by chance. But with trading, we use confirmations. So just like what I was just showing you guys here with the market, let's just go back here quickly. All right, let's go back here quickly. Boom. And let's go back here on gold. I'm going to erase all these things that I put there. All right. Now, I saw the buy all the way down here. I did see the buy based on my couple of years of experience. I saw the market was actually lower. Let me just pull this down a little bit here. It was right about here. All right. I actually saw the market was about to break for the upside. Again, based on seeing the market for years. All right. I anticipated it was going to go up. But then the scanner said buy. So even though I had my own things that I worked out, it was going to go up. And then the scanner gave me another confirmation. Hey, this thing could go up. So I use the scanner also as a confirmation that I'm right or wrong. Let's just say I'm seeing everything look for a buy. And then I see the scanner put a sell. I'm bumming. Because the scanner is doing way more scanning than me. The scanner is reading multiple things. And if I realize, hey, there's a probability I could be wrong, I literally close my trade. Sometimes I'm already in profit and I close my trade. Now, can the scanner be wrong? Yeah, the scanner sometimes is wrong. I say the scanner is about 70% correct and 30% wrong most of the time. Sometimes it could vary. It could be like 80% correct and 60% correct, but the scanner is very, very good. Right? Let me see if you guys are following me. You guys can actually type 777 in the chat if you follow me so far. All right, and I'm going to now address some of the persons on the call. I remember when I would come on calls and the person only talking, I used to get like peeve because I find why we can't just trade, like we could just press buy and sell. I'm telling you the truth. The person be talking, I'll be like, oh gosh, stop talking now. Let me just execute and make some money now. No, it's more mental. It's more mental. Pulling the trigger, that's easy. The mental part is the hard part. So that's the part you want to focus on. As long as you get the mental part of trading down. I was actually telling my coach last night at one of the events, I actually saw these individuals, they are filming a dog. They just put the camera on the dog and someone is just narrating like if it's a dog talking and the dog has 10 million followers. It'd be either between 2 million to 10 million followers on TikTok. Now, the reason why I'm telling you that is this. Persons think, well, you have to be like super bright. You just have to be like consistent. And as long as you have no I should say no emotions too much in what you're doing, because emotions tend to kind of could work in your favor and it could work against you as well. But remember, the dog has no emotions. So the dog is not worried about if somebody unfollow. The dog is not worried about none of those things. As a matter of fact, the dog has no idea what's going on. They say the dog will be saying, why this person follow me around with this device? But if you have over 100,000 views, in which definitely the dog has over 100,000 views, TikTok is going to start cutting you a check. So if the dog has 2 million followers, they're probably making money just from posting content continuously. Now, the dog is not even pulling the trigger. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, it's more mental. Right? As long as you learn to do it, if the dog could probably press buy or sell, the dog will be doing well, because the dog has no emotions. We have emotions. So we're going to watch the market and say, if I take a sell or a buy, I could lose. You understand? And we start thinking just in emotions about losing or winning. But as long as you're literally trading just like a machine, you're just looking for it to look for your press buy, looking for it to look for your press sell, no emotions in it, you're going to start having a different kind of success. All right, let me see all what is going on here. I see all the 777s. Right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes now. All who have MetaTrader 5, if you have MetaTrader 5, I want you to type I. If you don't have MetaTrader 5, I want you to type 0. You have a trading platform. I know the guest probably might not have a trading platform. So I see Maria, I nearly got to say Mariah. Maria, I see all the I's. I see a 5, but I'm not sure what the 5 is for. Right. So I'm going to just put some stuff on the screen here right about now. Let me go up on the weekly. I'm going to go up on a big time frame. It's up on the monthly. Let's change this here. Boom. All right. I'm trying to get a clean chart. Let's get a clean chart. All these charts have stuff on them. All right, so we have a clean chart. Watch this, right? So there's basically 3 things you want to pay attention to. What is my entry? Where am I going to enter into the market? That's the first thing you want to identify. Now, you can actually learn to trade yourself and figure out where the entry is. The scanner can actually tell you where the entry is. Or you could get a trade idea from the platform. They're going to also tell you where the entry is. Right? Now, don't worry too much about the entry. You just want to worry about learning how to place a trade. Right? Now, let's just say this is your entry right here. This is your entry. Now, when you have that entry point, the next thing you want to know is, me and this thing battling here a little bit, right? Let's put this here as blue. So that's our entry. The next thing I want to know is where my risk is. Reason being, you want to know what you are risking in the market, because what you are risking is what you are risking. What you're gaining, you don't know what you could get, but at least you could control what you are risking. So let's just say your risk point is right here. Now, if your risk point is below, you're expecting the market obviously to go up because you don't want the market to go down. Right? Let's change that to a red, so at least you know that's your risk point. Right? So you really want to go up to this point here. Let's change that to green. Up to this point here. You want the market to go up because this is a buy setup. So your entry point is right down here. The point to protect your account is right down here. Right? And the point that you're going to actually get some profit in the market is all the way up here, right? Now, this is a buy setup. This is a buy setup, right? And most time a buy is going to look like green. So this is a buy setup. Now, a sell setup is just going to be the reverse. A sell setup means you're going to have an entry point where it's going to be higher. Your stop is going to be above. and your take profit points are going to be below. If you guys got that, I want you to type 111. If you're lost still, 000. This is nothing to really stress your head over. This is just to understand. Some persons, I know you probably just want to go straight to the bag and this is what, no, you want to understand this thing. All right? This is what I spent my first 14 hours trying to figure out. Which direction is buy, which direction is sell. I didn't try to figure out nothing else. Which direction is buy, which direction is sell. I spent a good while understanding that. All right? As a matter of fact, let's switch it around. I'm going to switch it around so at least you guys could see a sell position, right? So let's switch this around. It's going to be doing down like this. So our sell position, everything is just going to be in reverse. So let's delete the take profit points from up there. We're going to put our entry up here now. All right, we're going to put our stop behind it. Obviously, we don't want it to go up. We want price to go down because this is a sell. All right, so this is your protection up here. And then we have our take profit points all the way down here. 1, 2, 3. Basically, that is what a sell setup would look like. Now, let's go and do it on the actual chart with the candles and everything, right? So let me just erase all of this here. Ooh, almost every chart I've stuff. Let's delete. Boom. All right. Something I probably have luck on that chart. All right, EUR USD, you're gonna get erased. Remove. Let's turn off the scanner here. Boom. All right, so let's just say we wanted to take a sell right here. Let's just say we wanted to take a sell here. You probably saw the trade, the scanner probably called the trade probably came in from Telegram, but anyway, take it, you saw the sell here. So your entry point will be right here. This is going to be our entry point. Let's put that as blue. Now what we're going to do, we're going to watch the previous high. The previous high is over here. I'm going slow so you guys get it. Now remember, we have a high. Let's erase all of that. We have a high right here, but we have a higher high here. We want to go down, and a lot of persons trying to figure out where am I going to put my stop. You could probably put it at the previous high. So this is the high that was there previously. You can probably put it right there, right? W. Where's this thing going? Let me just jump back over here quick. Right. All right, so we're going to enter here for a sell. Our stop is going to be over here. All right, let's just change that to red. And our take profit could be the previous low. Where's the previous low? The previous low is right here. The previous high is on top, then the previous low is here. I'm going to erase everything and let this thing actually run shortly. Let's do it right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do this here. So at least it's going to give you guys some clarity. All right, so let's erase everything. Let's go from right up to there. Boom. So we're not seeing what's happening here because I erased those candles. You can actually do that with trading, just as practice. So we have our previous high, we have our previous low, and we have a point that we basically enter in for a sell. Right, so we want the market to basically go down right here. Let's change that to green. Right. Now, as we enter here and we're in the trade, let's start progressing down, right? Because we're expecting to progress down. So if you watch, I literally open back up the candles here now, and you're seeing the candles forming, right? Let me give it some speed. Let's use about 5x. Right, and you're literally seeing the candles forming. Now the candle is in your favor. Let's just say right now you're probably down $10. It's dancing around. You're probably down over $20. It's dancing around. Remember, we are going to this level down here, right? Now the market could go way further down, but we're just going to take our profit right here. And as it progresses down, and we're literally watching this in monthly because I went up on a high time frame. So every candle is a month. right? So these are monthly candles. So the banks and big money people, they trade by the month. And boom, it would have literally hit your take profit right about there. Let's confirm that. Boom. So your take profit got hit right there. This is what we mean by you expecting price to move in a certain direction. Let's do a buy now. All right, so I'm going to reset all of that, and then I'm going to erase all of this. Let's do a buy. Wow, this thing keeps jumping all over the place. All right, let's erase all of these drawing tools. Now, with a buy, we expecting price to go up. We need a previous low if we're going to take a buy. Our previous low is over here. This is our previous low. We're looking to take a buy right here. Our previous low is here. Where's our previous high? Over here. All right, let's just say our previous high is over there. Previous low, previous high, we're looking to go up. Now, prior to seeing all of that, again, the market would have been like this. You would have probably seen something like this. Actually, let's erase a little bit more. All right, you would have seen something like this. You would have not seen the candles yet because remember, you're predicting for it to go up. All right? Let me try and erase some of the stuff that's here. Boom. Erase you too. So our entry point is here. Our stop loss point is going to be down here. Our take profit point is going to be up here. All right? Let me draw the entry point right there. I'm going to put the entry point as blue. I'm going to put the protection down here, our stop point, as red. All right? And then we're going to click this thing so it's going to progress. Now remember, we needed to just hit just about, let's just say right about this level here. We need to get up to that level up there. Let's put that as green. We need the market to go up in that direction. So we predict here it's going to go up, and then it's dancing around right by your entry. This is the point persons get panic. They see it down $5, and then they start being up about $10, $15, probably $20. Probably up 30, 40, 50. You can see this one is really taking off. Right, and as we hit our level there, let's see. I think it's gonna dance up there a little bit. Look at this, it's pulling back. This is where, and you need to have a little patience with the market. Now, watch this. Let's just say you're seeing the market dancing like this. You got in here for a buy, it progressed all the way up here, and probably a hard can't take it. You could take your profit. You could go and manually press close. You could manually go and just press close, and you made your 30, 40, 50, 200, whatever it is, your $10, your $2, you're happy with that. Because you can't really go broke taking profit. All right? But let's continue. Let's see where this thing is going to go. All right? And then it's close. Boom. So it literally hit there, and it hit there. Now, when it hit your take profit point, it's going to automatically close the trade. Some persons think, well, when they hear stop loss and take profit, well, they'll probably have to sit down and no. As long as you put those metrics in, you could go live your life. All right? Is my phone showing up? Let me just check something here quick. I'm going to literally show it to you on MetaTrader 5 now. Let's go here. Make co-host. All right. I think I should see it here now. Okay, great. Share screen. Let me do this on the Android phone. I'm gonna do it on the Android phone, guys. For all the Android lovers, I'm going to submit to your I should say a major usage device. Right? Let's go here. Boom. Gonna go log in.
Recording in progress.
All right, so I was just turning off the audio, all right? So I think we're good to go here now. So let's share the screen, right? So I'm gonna click share, gonna click OK, screen, share entire screen, share screen. All right, so we're over on the Android phone here now. So I'm going to go and pull up MetaTrader 5. Boom, MetaTrader 5 is in. Now you're going to see a bunch of stuff when you get into MetaTrader 5. Under your quotes, you want to clean it up. So what I do when I come here, first thing I do under quotes is I go and delete all the stuff I don't know. What doesn't make sense, I clear out everything and then I start over. I would add XAU USD. That is gold versus the US dollar. I would add US oil. You can also add US tech is US 100. So this is the 100, I think it's the 100 top companies in the US, right? Then you have the US 30. You can actually add that as well. I think this is the 30 best performing stocks as well. Now, even though it's stock, we're trading it as Forex, right? We're not trading it as a stock. Then it have the S&P 500 as well. These are 500 of, I should say, the top performing companies. I have USD JPY and I have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is BTC USD. If you're not seeing these, you can take a screenshot right about now. Make sure and get these. These are like the main ones you need to have right now. When the traders, if you decide to follow a trader, they will literally tell you to get certain currency pairs, or they may send out a different currency pair. Let me show you how you get that. At the top, there's an X next to a pencil, all the way up on top. I'm literally holding it so you can actually see what I'm clicking on, right? And I'm going to click on it. When I click on it, I can then type what currency pair I want to look for. Let's just say they said NZD USD. You see it show up, then I didn't type the whole word. All I type is NZDU. As it showed up, I'm going to click the X you're seeing on the side there, well, the plus. And as I click that plus, you're going to see a tick, in which means it has already been added. So if I go all the way back, you can see it now at the bottom down there, NZD/USD. If I no longer want NZD/USD, I click the pencil up on top, I click the trash can, and then I select NZD/USD, and I click back the trash can again, and it's gone. So this is how you actually get a currency pair in there, right? Now, to place a trade, you want to go on chart, but you want to select the chart first that you want to go on. So let's just say if it's oil. Let's click here on oil, and then we're going to click chart. So as I touch on oil, another box is going to show up, and I click on chart. Let's do that again. I click on oil, and then I click on chart. I'm literally holding so you guys can literally see I clicked on chart. And right now, even oil has a serious gap, in which means this could be probably a selling potential because it may pull back this gap. See this gap between here? Yeah, it may pull back that gap. And now it don't need to. The market could do what the market wants to do, but high probability it's going to fill up this gap. So there are lots of persons right now watching the market and saying there's some money to be made between that gap. All right. And who knows, just for the sake of education, we can actually take a sell on it. Now, the previous high for this, because our entry is going to be right where it's at right now at, what am I seeing there? $96. Now we could hardly see the colors, so you can actually change the color as well. Let me see here. Boom. Let's go settings. Colors. Take profit. Bid price, I think is this. Is it a bid price? Let's change bid price color. Let's put, we could probably try black. Let's put blue instead of that green. Let's put blue and see what's going to happen. All right, we're going back here to the chat. No, that didn't change. But anyway, you could actually change the color, but you could actually tweak around until you actually find which one is that particular color. So since it was not bid price, it's one of these blues. I know it's one of these blues. It could be probably price line. Let's see if it's price line. All right, let's change price line to blue. And let's see if it was price. It's not price line either, but I know it's one of them. On iPhone, I could find it at ease, but with Android, it's the menu's a little different. But at least You guys understand that, right? Now, the first thing you want to do here is you want to identify what is the high. So the high is here. This is if you're taking the trade manually yourself. This is the high, previous high. That was the last high based on where price is at right now. The previous low is all the way down here. Because that's the previous low. Last low down here. Previous high up here. So you want to put your take profit. Just to squeeze the screen like this, I'm actually holding the numbers. You see in the prices where you see on the side 95, I'm literally holding that and I'm scrolling up and down. Right? I'm literally holding that and scrolling up and down. I'm trying to show it on two screens at the same time. Alright? So if you just hold that and scroll here, it's going to make the screen wider or narrow. Now, I try not to manipulate that too much because it's then going to make the market look weird, because your gap could end up looking like that and then you can't make out what it is, right? Right. So we have that covered. We understand what is our previous low. We understand what is our previous high. As a matter of fact, let's put some lines. You can actually do that as well. I'm going to select the one that looks like shapes over on this side right here. And then I'm going to select a line. I'm going to put a line on top there. I'm going to put another line at the bottom down here. So at least you guys clearly understand what it is I'm saying. All right. This one here, let's see if we could change the color. Let's put this one as green. All right, we're going to put that as green. Save. So we're seeing the two lines. The green line is the previous low. The red line is the previous high. Now we're looking to sell, so that's why I put the red behind. The next thing you want to do is you want to identify how much money in your account. Let's just say you only have $100 in your account. Your lot size, where you see I just select lot size up on top there. It's my cursor is flashing between buy and sell. You could see lot size. All right. I'm going to type 0.01. For every $100 in your account, this is a good place that you could actually start as a, let's just say as a guide. It's not like dead on, but it's a really, very good guide. Every $100 in your account, you're taking one trade, just one. If you have $100, you should be placing one trade. If you're placing more than one trade with $100, you need a different level of experience, but you're technically breaking the rules. You could end up getting some licks, right? So we're going to place one sell right there. Now, what all I'm simply going to do is press sell on the top left-hand side. See over here where it says sell? I'm just going to press sell. I'm going to press sell right about now. So I just press sell. Now that I press sell, it's going to literally show me on the chart that I have a position. As you can see, it's showing up right here. You literally see in the position right here right now. It's even telling me I'm up by 7 cents. So it's literally showing in US dollar, you're down by 9 cents because the market is fluctuating at the entry. You're going to see that. The next thing I want to do is put my stop. Now, I'm not going to put my stop exactly by the red line. I'm just going to go a little above it. So I'm going to go probably like 98. I could tell the actual, because if you look on this side here, you could actually see the price. So I'm going to go, let's just say 98,600, right? We're going to go there about. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on my entry. The entry, remember the entry is right here. So I just clicked on that red dotted line, or it could be blue. When you click on that, this box is going to show up at the bottom down here where you're seeing SL and TP. Now there's a stop I'm going to put. So I'm just going to click SL. It automatically is going to go behind because I'm expecting price to go down. I'm going to pull it up here to, let's just say 98,600, anywhere close, 98,601. So I have that in place. My take profit point, I'm not going to go all the way down to the bottom on the green line. I'm not sure it's going to go all the way down there, but I know high probability it may come back down about here. So I'm going to go right about this level here at $91 and let's just say 9 cents. And let's say 97 cents. So $91.97. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm either going to click modify. If you look here, you're seeing modify right here, or I could click the blue arrow over on this side here, and it's going to do the same thing. I'm kind of going a little slow too because I know some person probably following. So I'm going to click just because I know not everyone may see the modify button, I'm going to click the blue arrow pointing right next to TP. Look at the bottom. I click it. And then I click modify. And that's how you place a trade. So Now, what we could see is what we are risking. We are risking $18 to gain $48. You literally seen it. Literally showing you $18. If you watch right here, seeing $18, that's what we're risking. So if you get up in the morning and you see $18 less, you could say, okay, I was wrong. And trust me, I fall in love with being wrong. Because if you're wrong, you could end up taking a bigger loss. It took me a good couple of years before I could then, stomach a loss, to be honest. I hated to lose. I still hate to lose, but I'm more adjusted to it now. I accept it from the time I place it. I say, okay, $18, my account could be down by $18. If it starts coming down, right? If it starts coming down, let's just say the market leave from where it is there now and it comes down to about, let's just say halfway down, about 94,100. You can actually take your stop and bring it in profit like this. Now, the market is not in profit yet, so it's not going to show up where it's supposed to show up, but I'm going to do it, right? So I'm going to touch this stop in the back there and I'm going to bring it down in profit. Now, when it starts coming down in profit, it's literally telling you plus $10, plus $11. If you get behind, you're seeing minus. So if you go behind your entry point, you will see minus. In front, you will see plus. So let's just say it start going down. You could bring it inside here and then you could click modify. So if the market decide to reverse and go back up, you will actually gain $11. You would have not taken a loss of, well, $18. This is something that you could do as well. I know that was a lot that I basically gave you guys, but this here, I wish someone, when I was probably really, really green, would have taken the time to actually show. Yes, it was in the academy, but you're kind of negligent to the fact. Let's just put it like that, right? They're showing it in the academy, but actually somebody actually taking the time to take the absolute time and break it down like that, it would have been game changer for me. Because remember, in the academy, the video is there, and the video basically it showed the same thing, but your brain just didn't pick it up. And then you go on a live session, you forget. Every time you're coming off the call, you say, shucks, I forgot to ask the educator how to place a trade. Shucks, I forgot. So I'm really, really excited that you guys getting the chance to actually see this like this. You guys have any questions? Any questions? Let me show you guys where this trade probably is right about now. The gold trade that I took before this session, right? Let's see where it is. It was looking like it was about to make a little pullback, eh? So I'm literally showing it to you guys. And this is the gold trade that I took. I'm up $100. I'm literally showing it here right now. So I can't make it up. I'm literally telling you what I did. Prior to the class starting, I actually saw the trade was about to make a move because I realized it was going to pull back up the gap, and I took a buy, and it has progressed up there. When I was talking about it, it was right around here. Now it's starting to progress higher. Now, I'm going to give you something here a little more advanced. But first, let me just find out, all who paying attention. If you're paying attention, I want you to type 555 if you're paying attention. 555 if you're paying attention. If you're not paying attention, I don't know what to tell you. If you're paying attention. I mean, so if you have $100 Sunday evening, Sunday evening before even Monday, you already have $100 because you have a skill no one can take from you. Guys, if you're paying to learn the skill, don't think in 1 month, 2 months, not even 6 months. You want to think in 18 months, a year and a half. Give it a year and a half. Not saying you're not going to put yourself in position to make money, but in a year and a half, you kind of went through all the battles. Because there's a mental battle you have to break. Because there's some persons, they will come, they understand the fundamentals quickly, they start having results with trading, but the mental side takes a couple of years before you get it. Again, doesn't mean you're not going to make money. It just means you want to develop the mental fortitude for it, because trading is a mental thing. Really, really mental. As long as a matter of fact, if you get rid of the emotions with trading, lights out. You just start trading just what you see and not what you think, lights out. All right. I was hoping my brain wouldn't have something else I was going to teach you guys. Oh, yes. So let me show you guys something a little advanced now for all the persons who are paying attention. watch this, right? Let's just say in this case, the account I'm trading with has $2,500 in it. The oil trade that we took just now is basically, you can see we're basically in a little drawdown by $2.50, but even though the account is $2,500, I still traded the account like if the account is a $200 account. My lot size is 0.02, in which means I'm under no pressure. I could go and sleep. I'm not worried. If the trade had gone against me, I could have probably lost $100 as well. It would not bother me because my account is $2,500. But watch this. Because I took 0.02, I could now close out part of my profit. So let's just say I'm watching the market here right now. I say, this thing looking like it might reverse. Let me take some profit out. You can actually close out part of your trade. Let me show you how. We're going back on trade. We're going to click on the trade here, boom. And we're going to click close. Now, I don't want to close the whole trade. I just want to close out part of the trade. Now, I have 0.02, in which means I could close out one out of these two parts that I have here right now. Right? I think this is the best way I could probably explain, so at least you guys are going to understand. So I'm going to press close. And when it gets to this screen, I'm going to now say how much of it I want to close out. So if I click close, it's going to close the whole thing at $97. But if I click the lot size, I click delete, I put in 0.01. Now you have to click off of it so you can actually see the profit change, because it's still saying $100. But I'm going to click down here and take profit. So now it actually, I should say, gone in that I want to take out 0.01. Now you could see it saying close with $49, and which is half of the trade. So I could close out half of the trade right now and then move my stop into profit. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, if I press close, it would have closed, but I didn't press close, right? I could then take my stop. Hey, what's showing up there? I could then take my stop, SL, and bring it in profit. So it's basically telling me, hey, I'm $42 in profit right there. If the market reverses and come down and touch my stop loss that's in profit, it's going to stop me out with a profit instead of a loss. If I have it below down here, it's saying minus 42. If I have it in here, it's plus 47. So you understand? Now, guys, when I just got started, it took anywhere between 3 to 6 months or probably longer before I saw someone did this. I had no idea you could actually move this stop from where it is into profit. I thought it had to stay, well, in the back here. But you can actually move it based on if you're taking a buy or a sell, you can actually move it into profit. So you can even move it all the way up here, and which is going to be real tight. That's like $80 in profit. So the market could actually come down and take you out and then go up to the take profit, and you're going to feel sick. In some cases, you're going to feel sick. So you can actually take partial profits, or you could protect your capital by putting your stop just in profit and click modify. So now my trade is very well protected. Now you may hear break even. Break even means you're taking a stop and putting it by the entry. That's break even, which means you didn't lose anything. That's break even. So if you guys are following, can you go over the partial profit? Yes. So watch this again. For you to take partial profits, you need to have a bigger lot size than 0.01. Meaning your initial trade you can only scale out, you can't scale in. So if you start at 0.05, you can scale out by closing out 0.02, 0.03, or even 4. But obviously if you close 0.05, you close the whole trade. So you could scale out. So since my trade is 0.02, as you are seeing, you're seeing the XAU USD saying buy 0.02. If I click it, I just click on hold. So I'm just going to click on hold on it. And then I click close. When the lot size show up on top there, I want to close, part of whatever is there. I could close in any amount based on how much I initially started with as a lot size. All right? So it's only 0.02. So if I'm closing half, it will be 0.01. Now for it to register, I need to click off of it. This is the mistake persons make right here. They would change the lot size and then press close. But remember, it's still saying $98, which means the whole trade. So you want to click off on your take profit if you have numbers there generated. So you see I clicked off on take profit there now, 4756.934. I click there, and now if you look, the close area, which is the yellow area, is now saying $48, which means I can actually close part of the trade. So that's one way. The other thing that you could do is move your stop into profit. So instead of closing part of your trading, which is 48, you can actually bring this to 48. Let's just say I bring this up to 48. If the market decide to come back down, I would have not I would have not gotten $100, but at least I would have still come out with some profit. So you could either take your profit now, move your stop loss into profit by taking out half, and let the trade play out, or you could just put your stop in profit. Multiple ways. You're going to be a little confused. Some persons are going to be confused. You just need to see it over and over and over. This class, I'm going to make this class accessible to everyone, but the only thing you're going to have to message, me to get the recording from this. I'm not gonna just post it in the general group unless I get the clearance from my coach that I can actually do it. But it's not difficult to reach out to me. I think almost everybody can get out to me, or connect with whoever it is you're connected with, and I will get the recording onto you where you can have this as a recording. Right now, do not shortchange yourself. Some persons, they're trying to find the cheapest way to become successful. They're trying to find the cheapest possible way to become successful. They don't want to invest. They don't want to sow in where they want to go. They want to become a master trader. They want to become a very profitable trader, but they do not want to invest in it. I hope it's not you guys I have on this call, because I'm telling you, if that's your plan, because look at this. Anybody could go on YouTube and learn to drive NASCAR. You could go on YouTube and they'll teach you exactly how the pedals work and how to steer and how it feels on the corner. But the only how you're getting in that car is you have to invest in the actual class. Excuse just drinking my branded bottle, right? The reason why I'm saying that is this. Most persons who come to trading, they have the money to get started with trading. They maybe even have the money to go for a couple of months. But then down the road, they're going to run into a challenge where they don't have money to actually grow. They learn how to grow money, but then they don't have money to grow. We have something in place where you can share this opportunity with other individuals and you can turn that into cash flow. You can use that cash flow to actually put in a trading account. As a matter of fact, watch how powerful this is. I've never seen this before. I would say the 8 years I've been here, I've never seen this before. You have the ability to get started with a $300 pack with trading. So that means you invested $300, that's just to learn. You are not getting anything other than the education for $300. Some person think, well, when I put in $300, it's going to show up. No. That's when you go to UE, they don't give you back anything. Wherever you invest, you go to the classes and you get whatever. Same thing. But watch this. You get started with a $300 pack. You refer. You could say, hey, I've seen an awesome opportunity. It's 90% visual. Come and check it out. It's really amazing. That's all you need to do with a couple of your friends and family. They come, they like what they see. They say, hey, I want to learn how to trade as well. You have 4 persons who get started with you. All right? The company, let's just say the company paid you $50 for each person. They got started right where you got started, $300 pack. You have 4 persons who did that. The company pay you 50 by 50 by 50 by 50. You made back $200 because you referred to some persons who want to do what you're doing. But remember, in your first month, you didn't make over $750. Now, if you refer persons and you make more than $750, the company is not going to pay you $750. Let's just say it. Because if you make $800, great, you made $800. But the company says as long as you make anything less in your first month, less than $750, they will make sure and pay you out $750. Here how? They'll pay you the $200 for the persons that you refer and then give you a top up of $550. So you get $750 in your first month. So watch this. Your first month, you refer 4 persons. The second month, those 4 persons, they pay their subscription. And because they pay their subscription the second month, your subscription is now covered. You're free. So your first month you paid, you got $700. Second month, those persons decide, hey, they want to continue. You pay nothing. You're still on the platform. But you have $750. Let's minus the $300 that you invested. You have $450. That is enough money you could put in a trading account. Take the same trading ideas from the platform whilst you're learning, and you could do something really, really amazing. Now, when I got started, I wanted no part of that. Yeah, I was closed-minded. I just wanted to learn to trade. I said I will spend a year and a half. I didn't need to make any money. But then I realized, wait, but Kenton, how smart are you? Why are you taking money out of your pocket to learn this thing when you can, share the opportunity with some others? And because you share it with them, they love exactly what you love. You can actually be free. You don't have to take that money out of your pocket. And that's when I got wise. And then persons started having massive success. So I started feeling, like I'm actually making a difference, making a change. Did some persons fail? Yes, a lot of persons fail. You know why they fail? Because just as my coach says, when you started off school, primary school, it was 36 persons in the class. But at the end of the term, only 8 persons sat the exam. What happened to the other persons? We don't know. Life just lifed. They just didn't want to finish. Their parents probably took them out of school. Whatever happened, sad enough, sometimes a family member died. And life just changed. But the point I'm trying to make is this. The persons who are going to win, they're going to win. And the persons who they're going to win later, they're going to win later. That's not on you. You just share it and let the chips fall where they may. All right. So I know I told you guys that I was going to show you guys some of it with the travel platform. Right. I may actually cut this part out of the trading section because I may leave it in as well, but let's just see. So let me see. Why MT5 and not MT4? Hey, Sam Noel, what's going on? So Sam, MT4 is great. I've used MT4 for about 5 years or so. And then the usability with MT4 was a little too ancient, to be honest, because plenty of the things I would have shown with MetaTrader 5 where you could just pull your take profit and stop. With MetaTrader 5, everything is numbers. You have to go literally write it in. No, I've not used MetaTrader 4 for a number of months. I think probably going in 2 years, I'll probably stop using it. So I don't know if they upgraded and probably things nicer than now, but MetaTrader 5 tends to be a little more friendly. It's a little more advanced. You could do way more things. The alerts are different. Even when you have a trade running, you actually see the money right on it. Right now with the new update, you're actually seeing the money running right on the main screen. So you don't even need to go to trade to see your money. You're seeing it right on the chart itself. Right? I hope that answers your question. This was a very good class. Thank you very much, Monique. All right. So let me do the questions and answers here quickly. I know we went way over, but nearly about an hour and a half. But any questions? Absolutely amazing. I hope the guests.
You had one question in there. It says why MetaTrader 5 over MT4.
I just answered that question.
Okay. I was like, I didn't hear it. Sorry.
All right, I'm going to repeat, right? Let me repeat for you quickly. So the reason being is MT5 is a little more advanced. MT4 is a little, it's still kind of prehistoric, just to give a better breakdown of it. With MetaTrader 5 now, it's so advanced now that it's actually catching up to the point where you can even do withdrawal and deposit right in MetaTrader 5 through your broker. Yeah, it's really, really getting out of hand. Amazing. Let me see if I can show you what this I'm talking about. All right. I'll hold that for next week. I'll have to literally prepare something for that. But in your live trading account, you can actually do withdraw and deposit now by just pressing withdraw. You could withdraw, but from your broker, but through MetaTrader 5, it's amazing. You just press boom. You made it home safely. Okay then. Right. So if TP1 hits and you have a TP2, does the system take out? Right. When a trade idea shows up, guys, you will see, a matter of fact, I didn't show you guys the scanner. Let me see if I can show you guys the scanner quickly, right? Just a quick sneak peek of the scanner. Let me turn on the scanner here. I use Titan scanner. Let's go down here to a decent time frame. And let's switch here to gold. Where's gold? Gold. Boom. Let's go down only 5 minutes. Let's click here to save. And let's click refresh. Let me just refresh the screen here. All right. 5 minutes. So the scanner is this thing that you're seeing here with these metrics, right? So it's literally calling a buy right now on gold, right? So you're literally seeing the entry point. It's literally giving you a stop loss point. Now the stop loss point with the scanner is looking at different things other than what it is I was showing you guys. I was showing you guys previous low and stuff, but the scanner is doing something a little different, but it gives you a protection point. It's more working on percentage than market structure, right? And they give you take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3. This is to answer Sean's question. Every trade here is an individual trade. So you're seeing take profit 1, that's one trade. Take profit 2, that's another trade. Take profit 3, that's another trade. All 3 trades can actually have the same stop, but they will have different take profit points. They'll have the same entry as well. If you catch the same entry, they'll have the same entry as well. Right? So some persons think, well, when you enter here, it will take out some here and some here and some here. Eventually, MetaTrader 5 might actually do it. And if MetaTrader 5 does that, it's going to go wild. Where you can actually take partial profits it's going to go wild. All right? So we got that covered. Let me see any more questions in the chat quickly.